What is something a man does not, but turns you on? Story 1. When he nerds out talking to me about something I don't actually know about, I watch and listen intently, even ask follow-up questions, but the longer it goes on, the more I want them. Story 2. When you can tell a man genuinely loves his kids, gets down on the floor to play with them, when he is baby wearing, and when he's at the park not on his phone but actively watching and interacting with their kids. Story 3. Seeing a tough-looking guy tenderly holding or playing with a baby, a puppy, a kitten, or some other innocent creature. Like I'm really not attracted to tattoo-covered biker dudes with shaved heads or giant beards or whatever. But seeing a man who could come off as quite terrifying being gentle and sweet just makes something in the ancient ancestral part of my brain melt like gooey cheese. Maybe it's just the reminder that we humans can have incredible complexity and nuance, and that is an extraordinary thing. Story 4, Reddit. Why do you keep trying? It's always some completely random thing like wears long sleeve shirts but rolls them up, or how he steers a car current upvoted comment. Just give up, guys. It's never going to make sense. Either it will happen for you or it won't. As long as you smile, wash and groom properly, smile, and just don't say stupid. It's Joker's wild when it comes to what visually turns on women. Story 5, talking passionately about something he enjoys, specifically video games. I love that it's something he can do to relax after a long day and that it brings him peace. Story 6. On a random day, my boyfriend was on a phone call, and I was in front. I just said, "Babe, can you switch off the fan?" But when I saw him on the call, I thought maybe after, but he heard me, and casually just switched off the fan and put the blanket over me while being on the phone. That was pretty hot. Story 7. Lots of eye contact, sweet big smiles, and innocent gentle pats on my booty throughout the day. Also, hugs that pull you all the way in so you feel their entire body against yours. Arms holding me tight, rubbing the dip in my back and booty. Story 8. Well, I can only speak for my husband, but he's pretty hot focusing on driving. I also just really like his hands. I find my husband talking about work and like how he cares about people really attractive because I know he works for what he believes in and doesn't do shortcuts or ignore coworkers. Story 9. These items work for me. When he puts his hands in his pockets while talking, when he rolls up his sleeves, when he flips his cap backwards, when he smells really good, when his shirt is slightly unbuttoned, showing his necklace and just a tease of chest hair, when he takes a turn and smoothly steers the wheel with one hand, when he has knowledge about whatever subject comes up. That kind of intelligence is super sexy to me as well. Story 10. When they pay attention and help you in little things like grab groceries or open door, or pick up something that fell on the floor. When they take care of their surroundings, not just exist in them mindlessly. Story 11. I like when a man is skilled with their hands. For example, fixing the PC or repairing other electronics. I could watch for hours. Bonus points for having neat and tidy hands. Story 12. I was told that chopping did it for her, and the way my hand is always in her back in public. Also, she loves some of the things she disliked when we got together. Story 13. Folding their sleeves. Fixing things appliances or setting up a system. Smelling good. Helping me open up the jar. Wearing anything black. Being protective and chivalrous. Listening to me about my day nerd about my fav topics with genuine interest. Story 14. No idea why this gets me, but if he has a toothpick in his mouth, just seeing him play with it, I don't know why my brain is wired to think it's sexy, but oh yeah. Story 15. Stopped by my girl's apartment while she was at work. Took the dog potty, made her bed, cleaned up her place, leaving it spotless. Then I left without saying a word. She thought her roommates had cleaned up, but when they admitted it wasn't them, she knew it was me. She gave me nothing but googly eyes for the next couple few days. Story 16. When he's genuinely listening and leans in to get closer, and it feels like he's trying to draw more out of me. Men in glasses when they rub up under the frames on the bridge of their nose like they're frustrated or annoyed. It's so sexy. Gentle back touches when passing by or moving around me. That lean back and stretch thing when their shirt goes up just a little bit, arms in the air, and that little groan. Story 17. When guys are with their friends and one of them does a trick or they see something cool and he cheers, claps and goes, "Oh, like YK, what I mean." The cheering, jumping up and down, bro hooked up with his friends. I love it when guys do that. It is so cute, I want you. Story 18. A nervous smile and avoiding eye contact while laughing, trying to hide the fact that they are nervous, is so cute and tempting. And also that it is noticeable when they like something, and they talk about it enthusiastically with confidence with an excited face. Story 19. Manhandling me in any way. When they walk by and place a hand on my waist to move past. Reaching over my head to grab something I can't get. When guys lean down to talk to me, hear me better cause I'm super short. Story 20. I wonder if ever did anything by chance that turned a woman on. Ever. My educated guess is not. I lean on door frames, eye contact, steer with my palm, do dishes, etc. It all depends on who you are, I guess. and I am just not that guy. Story 21. He turns around and gives me the goofiest smile when he's sharing something funny with me, and the vulnerability in sharing is something that makes me very on. Story 22. My man sighs so hot when he drives. And when he works on the car in the garden. Last week, he needed some petrol for lawnmower, so we stopped at the gas station, wearing his work clothes, smelling of sun, sweat, gasoline, and taking gasoline in that canister. OMG, I would go for it right there, DD. Story 23. When he gets out of the shower in the morning after brushing his teeth and leans in for a kiss while Im's still in bed. I could melt into his neck. It's such a specific smell. Story 24. I have two that I really can't explain. First one being when he backs into a parking spot. Him just looking out the rear window and putting the hand on the passenger seat drives me wild. Second one is when he makes me his homemade waffles. He's the best waffle maker there is. Story 25. Whenever I saw my foreigner crush cuss in his native language while trying to find the words in mine, I just melted. That's so cute. I'm genuinely flattered you're trying so hard to communicate with me, who is socially anxious as well and very much in love. I'm not even sorry, you were incredibly irresistible. I did find and explain them. Please never stop. Also, when he called his family in his native language. I didn't know what he was saying back then, but it was beautiful to me. Turns out he actually was saying the nicest ever. Once, I almost understood something he muttered to my face. I've learned it meant something along the lines of, I wish you also knew language just so I could tell you you're cute. Still, some of my most beautiful memories ever. Story 26. Obviously, it is fixing stuff. My wife does not have the highest drive, but let me start working on something that really needs to get fixed. And she has her hands all over me. Story 27. Gets excited about a hobby project he wants to do. If my man wants to figure out how he can make a forge in my garage so he can make a sword, I'm here for it. He's currently getting a laser cutter 3D printer, and I'm all about his excitement, plus I get to play with it too, so yay. Story 28. Not a lady. So this is just relaying a thing my wife has told me, something I've noticed. Turning my baseball cap backwards and doing anything physically demanding, like working in the yard or repairing something around the house. If I want a thirst trapper, I put on a hoodie, shorts, backwards cap, and a pair of sneakers. Then I do something simple like take out the trash. Fellas, it's really that simple. Just show up and do things they like. Story 29. This is weird, but when I say something sarcastically and he keeps the joke going, like talking about it in a serious tone, but we both know we're joking. Don't know why, but there's something hot about it. Story 30. Sexuality adjacent. Taking off or putting on a belt. Someone I disliked was recently putting his belt back on in front of me, and I got irritated that it was him doing it. Only reason I remembered this. Story 31. I think it's attractive when a man sits back in a chair with his legs crossed at the knees. It can convey a relaxed yet confident intellectual vibe that gets my blood pumping. Story 32. When he's truly enthusiastic about telling me about something he's passionate about, whether it's related to a job, a hobby, or even a random fact he's recently come across. The focus of his whole being and seeing his whole face light up, even just a little, when he is truly engaged in something he loves, is so attractive to observe someone so engrossed in something they're passionate about. Story 33. When he's nice to people, seeing him going out of his way to be kind and helpful to others and me makes me want to rip his clothes off. Or when he laughs and gives a cheeky smile. Ugh. Also when he picks something heavy up and his biceps are visible. It makes me swoon. Immediate cavewoman brain activates and I need him then and there. Story 34. Protective but not controlling. E.g. moving me away from the road, away from traffic, or making me walk in front on steps or escalators and standing behind, etc. Story 35. I love when my runs his hands through his hair. He's at his hottest when he doesn't realize I'm watching him. I change my answer to existing when he's focused like fixing something, sleeves rolled up, intense look. That quiet confidence, instant turn on. Story 36. I asked a girlfriend if I was taking too long to secure a load of stuff in a trailer. She said she was staring because she found it sexy. I have a way with knots and ropes. I've noticed looks from both genders when tying up, but didn't realize it until then was a turn-on. Not in a bondage way, but a competence way. Same chick loved how fast I can back up with a trailer. Story 37. Am totally turned on by my fiance's muscular arms. When I see or feel those biceps popping up, it makes my heart pitter-patter. I feel so safe and so loved when those arms are wrapped around me. Story 38. Parallel park. And do the look behind thingy, where he rests his hand on the back of my headrest. I saw his from across the bar while out with friends last night, just genuinely smiling and having a good time. When I'm stressed about some project and I come home to find it finished or at least started. When he takes the all-in-one trip and playfully doesn't let me carry more than a couple bags even when I try to help. Sometimes when I'm talking, I lose my train of thought just because I notice how he's looking at me with full attention and a slight smile. When he's kind to strangers. When I'm stuck in a part of a video game and he helps me through it. Or takes the time to teach me his favorite game. When he teaches me something, his usual animated projected voice goes steady, gentle, and sounds so patient. I can hardly focus on what I'm doing because I think about how I want him to talk to me like when I climb on it anyways. Or maybe I'm just in love, not sure. Story 39. When he wears an apron woodworking, when his hands are all greasy from working on the car, and when he puts his hand behind the passenger headrest to back the car up. Story 40. A man flicking his hair, wearing sunglasses, riding a motorbike or a car, smoking, drinking whiskey in a cool glass, cracking a stupid joke, or helping out when Eames stuck at something fixing a car, mobile phone, plumbing, or electrical work. Basically not being useless or lying about on a couch with a potbelly. Story 41. I mean, the guy needs to be fit-looking and somewhat good-looking too. Example, athletic slim build, good-looking, doing manual work, women will find hot. Fat bloke, overhanging belly, doing exactly same job, not a glance. It's not the job or task. It's the attraction in the first place, or someone who is good-looking to begin with, or right height-weight features. Story 42. All of these comments about sweating and working with hands and stuff, these women have clearly not listened to me while I do these things. Often those activities are accompanied by a non-stop string of profanity and angry animal noises.